Stephen Curry, the Joker, season opener for the Nuggets, the last team to open their season.
Good pass. Hey, Cam Johnson going to help them. He didn't have a great night tonight, but I think he's going to help them a lot.
Sure. Not going to help him tonight, though.
Al Horford with a block. And
he going to help him, too.
Look at what a night for Aaron Gordon.
Ball. Oh, right back at you. Oh, put that
Hit his first 7 threes. Jimmy Butler. 29-25 game, and then Jamal Murray. Ooh, is that sweet?
Yes, it is.
Oh, you got to make it the first time, Lauren.
But this guy is just able
old man
to
Horford.
People, shoot people. And old man Horford is not old man Horford. He is still getting it done.
First half story was Aaron Gordon, 7 out of 7 from deep.
Look like my boy Rick Fox out there off that double.
Man. And this, I mean, he tied his career high for threes in the game in the first half alone, and he had 25 points. 70-61 Denver's lead going to the third.
Come on, man.
He makes it look.
Steph Curry's just incredible. And he makes it look.
He made it look pretty easy, too. Aaron Gordon again for threes.
Warrior played 20 minutes against MU.
Oh, good pass.
Good tight game, 83-79, and Steph contact and floats for a couple.
Old man
Al
Horford.
again.
Old man Horford.
I mean, he's been doing the same thing with the Celtics, and now he's doing it with the Golden State Warriors. Did it with the Sixers. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, look at the bounce for Jamal Murray. So we go to the fourth, all tied up at 94, and it's that guy again, Aaron Gordon. And look at him. He just
get off me,
bullied
man.
Will Richard. Will Richard had some pretty good minutes for Golden State, rookie out of Florida.
This guy had a pretty good, man, look at this here.
Look at it.
Tough shot. That's great defense, too.
Meantime, you guys have talked about the size advantage in this game for
Get off me, little man.
Brandon Pajemski finding that out.
I don't think I've ever switched as much as I was a guard playing. Big.
Did he do it again, Shaq? Yes, he did.
This is the one. The next one was the one that was impressive. I mean, that was impressive. This is the one right here.
120-117. Yeah, look how deep this is.
Jeez.
We are tied at 120.
What was it
Denver's
saying?
got one more chance.
What was it?
Joker. No.
Great play, though. This game's over. I don't know. I still think the Nuggets got a better team.
We head to overtime. You saw Steph make it a three-point game.
And one.
Somehow, a three-point play the old-fashioned way for Gordon.
Oh, good D.
Bad pass.
Here's a Jonathan
Oh,
Kuminga
you're
moment.
Good move.
He had 14 and 5. Horford.
Game,
Jimmy
set,
Butler.
and match.
Night. Oh, yeah, don't run back on defense. Go on walk. Go on walk.
42-point night for Steph Curry.
What a game.
50-point night for Aaron Gordon in the loss. 137-131 is your final. Shaq, you were right, man. You know, Denver was down 9 at the half. Up 9 at the half, and you see Golden State's coming back to win the game.
You don't hear that music? Chuck, remember this movie? Warriors come out to play. Look, no, I said it yesterday. When it comes to experience, I like those 5. I mean, Kuminga is the youngest guy there, but I like Dre. I like Jimmy. I like Steph. I like Draymond. So, they came out hot. This guy played great. He had 50 points tonight. Shot very well, but can he play like that all season? And Golden State, we.
I don't think he's going to play that way all season.
Yeah,
it's going to be record-setting.
Oh, you never know.
Yeah, this was a terrific game. I know we got a lot of BS going on behind the scenes. The last couple of nights have been really incredible. Like Wemby last night was incredible. We didn't even get a chance to talk about it all day. BJ Edgecombe, my Sixers are up there. But tonight we had 2 really good games.
Somehow this got by us without any of us noticing it. As Tizzle puts on X, shout out David Adelman for being the first coach ever featured on an Inside the NBA box score. Adelman.
I actually saw that earlier.
See?
No. I saw that earlier, actually.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did see that.
And you would have brought it up. See?
There was no reason to bring it up. We were talking about the Warriors.
We were just helping Shaq out with
with the whole David Adelman earlier
David
tonight.
Adelman.
Jimmy, for the home opener, how good did that feel both offensively and defensively down the stretch?
Felt great. Big time atmosphere, big time shots. It's good to get the first one at home.
Talk to me about your attention to detail. This was an amazing offensive game, but some great defensive plays. The off-the-ball switches, making sure they can't go at smaller defenders. How much have you guys talked about and paid attention to some of those kind of intricate off-ball switches?
I mean, we've seen it a lot. We've been working on it all training camp. And more than anything, if you just play hard, hustle, be in the right places, good things happen.
How about that three? Al Horford finding you. You were ready for it, and you railed it. That might have been the shot of the night after Steph had done everything.
I don't know. Steph hit some really big ones. He's, like I told you, I always got a chance when we get him the ball. That's the best part of this game.
And you all got to the free throw line as well. You were 7 for 8. Steph was 8 for 8. What are you thinking about that battle that you bet Draymond, like you could beat Steph when it comes to his free throw shooting percentage?
I think they're going to check the tape and give me my free throw back that I missed. And I'm going to be back to 100%.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Fans going to get ready for this, Jimmy, the whole season? Is this what the Western Conference is going to feel like night after night?
I sure hope so. And I hope so night after night. The fans going to show up and show out, and we're going to keep getting these dubs.
Hey, talk to me about your confidence in these types of close clutch games, your ability to finish them out, going two-man game with Steph Curry. But there's other options you can go to as well.
Yeah, we got so many guys that are so talented that can do so many things well. Just move the ball, shoot it when you're open, pass it when you're not. The game's very simple, and if all else fails, throw the ball to 30.
Jimmy, thanks for stopping. We really appreciate it. We'll see you on the plane.
All right.
Jimmy Butler with us. The Warriors win it.
Steph, I know it's very early, but to be 2-0 to get through this one and the way you guys did, how are you feeling about this start?
I mean, there's 80 games left, so you kind of understand you don't want to get too ahead of yourself, but building blocks on an understanding of how to win, the selflessness of a team that can have 8 or 9 guys in a closing lineup, realistically. I was telling somebody, I don't think that closing lineup, Al, Jimmy, Draymond, JK, and myself had gotten any real reps in training camp. But when you understand who you're playing against and what it takes to win this particular game, the collective IQ and just toughness got us over the hump. So great start. Haven't done anything yet, but we're building a winning mentality.
I was going to say, what did you think worked about that group? It's a pretty big group. I don't know who the shooting guard on that group is. What went well for that group?
I mean, Aaron Gordon had an unbelievable night shooting the ball. So we tried to keep some size on him. And then, Al, we've seen it again, playing against him for years. He's pretty good switching 1 through 5. And so it allowed us a little bit more versatility on defense to just, keep a man on the ball and not have to be in crazy rotations. Obviously, they scored some points, but then on the other end, we were just really decisive on getting to our spots. We only had 8 turnovers in a game, overtime game. And so if you get shots up, you don't give, especially a team like Denver, easy baskets in transition, then you give yourself a good chance.
Hey, Steph, are these early season wins important? Now, obviously, any win's important, but to kind of avoid the late season rush that you guys had, the hard push last year?
I'll let you know after game 30, because I answered that last year.
Also, you noticed that Jimmy missed a free throw tonight, and you didn't?
I can neither confirm nor deny anything that's going on with free throw situations this year.
Steph, Steve Kerr has mentioned when it comes to turnovers, spacing has a lot to do with it. Obviously, like you said, only 8 turnovers tonight. I guess what did you think of your guys' spacing tonight, and how was it different from the preseason and even the game in LA?
We've been working on an identity offensively that no matter where you're at on the floor, you kind of have actions that you can go to, and we have patterns that we're developing. Al hit two big threes, I think, in the second half, maybe in the fourth quarter in overtime, where he's spacing the corner. We get a drive down the lane. J.K. following the help to the basket. You got to pick your poison on that, and so as long as we are, like you said, organized and decisive and not in a rush, then we have options all over the floor. So it's nice to play that way. When it's not really choreographed, it's just patterns that you rely on.
Gordon hits that three late in regulation to go up 3. Are you going into that next possession just, thinking first, moment that you get space, you're firing up the 3, or how did that kind of develop?
Because I missed that layup, and then we were up 1. No.
He hit the 3 to go, I think it was 120-117, and then you hit the deep one to tie it.
Oh, we were up 1, I missed, and he hit a 3, and then went up. No, you're right. It was tied. So our pick and roll was just trying to get them to either get 2 on the ball, and then I could either get the pocket pass or get around. And that one I was able to kind of do a little snake, and I saw just a little bit of daylight. Again, decisiveness, no second guessing what you're doing, just trying to get a clean look. Thankfully went in, and then that last one was just good chemistry between me and Draymond.
What did you think about Gordon's night?
It was ridiculous. And whatever he did this summer, it worked.
Will Richard played some big minutes tonight. Steve Kerr said it's a show-me kind of league. What has he been able to show so early on into the season?
There's something about winning players at whatever level. He's a champion for a reason down there in Florida. We saw with LJ in the preseason, guys who played some significant high-stakes basketball in college. Like, that still matters. I know the league has gotten younger in the draft, but when you find a guy like that just understands basketball, he sees the game really well. He's fearless. The lights aren't too bright for him, so he knows he's got a lot of growth ahead of him. But for him to make his presence felt like that jump ball, 50-50 ball, come down, hit a 3, start talking, rebounds he got, like all that stuff matters because it lifts the whole group. So it's pretty special to watch him, in preseason and these last 2 games do his thing.
Steph, you got fouled on that 3, and when you get up, you really summon the crowd, and they really responded. How much do you just feed off of this home crowd here in your 17th season?
Some people like a little quiet at the free throw line. I don't like that. When a foul happens, it kind of gets a little dead, and you time and score. Like, that was a cool moment, so needed that energy to finish the game.
I mean, do you consider yourself a showman, and just in terms of like playing in front of the home crowd and putting on a show for Chase?
I just like to have fun, no matter what the situation is. So, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Steph, I guess even at your more advanced age, you're still considered the babyface assassin. What did it mean to you to see Aaron Gordon have basically the game of his life? He scores 50 points on opening night for them, and they still don't win the game.
He played his out of his mind. I'm sure, when you're in that kind of zone, I don't know how he talk about it. He probably expects it just because of the work he put in over the summer. But for a championship-type team like they are, a team that has a lot of continuity from year to year, and then you have a guy like that play the way he did, and for us to still win, like, that says a lot about where we're at right now. But it also says we got a lot of work to do to, keep doubling down on just finding a way to win no matter what the situation is. It's kind of like a playoff-type vibe where somebody has an out-of-body experience and you dig deep and, steal one pretty much. And that says a lot about what we're trying to do.
Hey, Steph, you're an important face of the league. How concerned are you about what happened today and just how it might impact the NBA's integrity?
I think on the whole, everybody is very mindful of, what to do, what not to do, and understanding the landscape of, sports right now in general. And that's not just an NBA thing. It's, this is new territory for everybody. So I think on the whole, we all are very responsible. The integrity of the game is is fine. And then obviously we'll let the situation play out, whatever happens. But I wouldn't worry about that too much.
You mentioned Denver as a championship type team and what you guys are trying to build towards. Do you feel like you guys are a championship type team, or too early to say?
It's game 2, man. Long way to go.
Stephen, is it fun to go blow by blow with a guy like Aaron Gordon tonight when they're putting up 50 and you're coming back? He's hitting them, you're hitting them. Is that fun to have that kind of?
Just the game reveals itself in terms of what you need to do. At the end of the day, he was going crazy in the first half, kept it going, and then down the stretch, it was, again, decisiveness, just trying to figure out how to get the best shot on every possession. I don't necessarily look at it as, a one-on-one type back and forth battle, but it's more so the game called for us to kind of abandon any, fancy play calls and just get to spots where we could try to pick them apart. And, I was able to finish a lot of the possessions just because that's the way the game went. So the talent like that and a game like that rises the level of the whole arena, on both sides. So you kind of feel that for sure.
How cool was it, you ending regulation and then going into overtime, that stretch that you had, but for Jimmy to kind of have the dagger and for you to pull out kind of the night-night celebration for him? How was that moment to have with him?
It's just team basketball, man. The reason he got that shot was because we had kind of been really methodical, possession after possession, and they ran out of stuff to guard, and, him taking that shot was huge. And Draymond last year when we played Minnesota, he pulled the signature move out. I thought Jimmy was going to do it. He left me on an island. But I appreciated the moment because he knows what it means to close out a game too.
Last one for Ron.
Steph, you talked a little bit earlier about that closing lineup with Al in there. How important will that be in the long run over the season to have that option of closing, adding a guy who's 6'9" and can shoot threes and guard a guy like Jokic? It seems like that gives you guys flexibility you haven't had in the past.
That was the vision the whole time. We've played against him. We understand what he did in Boston, Atlanta, everywhere he's been. I still have flashbacks of Game 1 and 22. It's just, he understands what it means to impact the game on both ends. He's fearless as well. So, again, you probably have 7-8 guys that you could theoretically finish a game with on our team, and it just depends on what the game calls for. And I think he understands on a night-to-night basis to be ready for whatever, and he's seen it all, so you don't really have to prepare him too much for the unpredictability of it all. He just knows and sees the game so well. Again, we didn't really have a play call down the stretch. It was just get to your spots, figure it out, make the right play, knock down a shot, talk on defense, do what you need to do, and he's really good at that.
Great, thank you, Coach.
Quinton Post reveals what Stephen Curry did that mattered more than scoring. Quinton Post is quickly becoming one of the most intriguing young talents on the Golden State Warriors roster. In his rookie season, he quietly made a name for himself, shooting an impressive 40.8% from three-point range and averaging 8.1 points per game. As a modern stretch big, he's carved out a valuable role in the Warriors' rotation, and he's not done yet. During the preseason, Post continued to show his offensive potential, especially in a standout performance against the Portland Trail Blazers where he dropped 16 points, including 3 three-pointers. But when asked about his recent success, Post didn't take the credit for himself. Instead, he pointed to one major factor: Stephen Curry. "What you saw out there, that's just the effect of having Steph Curry on the floor," Post said. "He makes everything so much easier for everyone on offense. And defensively, I think we handled things much better than the last time we faced them." The game marked Curry's return after missing the previous matchup against the Lakers. And he didn't disappoint, putting up 28 points and leading the Warriors to a 118-111 win over Portland. "This was a big statement game for him," Post added. "He sat out last game, and then came back and just took over. He said something before tip-off that really stuck with me. But more than anything, it's his leadership, the way he sets the tone, that makes the biggest difference. While Curry leads the way offensively, Post is focused on improving where it really matters for his position, rebounding. Despite his offensive contributions, Post pulled down only 2 defensive rebounds in the game, not enough, he admits, for a player in his role. We did a better job controlling the pace, but we still had too many turnovers. And on defense, I'm not even sure what the rebounding numbers were. I just know I need to be better. That's my priority right now, becoming a more effective rebounder. Last season, Post faced criticism for his defensive inconsistency. He knows that if he wants to keep growing and solidify his role long-term, that's the area he has to improve. Fortunately, he's not doing it alone. With the mentorship of Al Horford, who shares a similar playing style as a stretch 5, Post is in the right environment to evolve. If he continues to develop, especially on the defensive end, Quinton Post could be a key piece in the Warriors' rotation for years to come. And with Steph Curry leading by example, he's got one of the best blueprints in the game to learn from. But what makes Post's comments so striking isn't just his humility, it's the deeper acknowledgement of how Stephen Curry continues to reshape the game without always needing to light up the scoreboard. For a young player like Post, recognizing the power of Curry's off-ball move, leadership, and court gravity shows a level of maturity that's catching the attention of coaches and analysts alike. Internally, sources close to the team say the coaching staff has been impressed with Post's approach during training camp. While his shooting numbers draw the headlines, it's his willingness to learn and take ownership of his weakness, like rebounding and defensive, that's earned him growing respect in the locker room. In particular, his openness about needing to improve on the glass has resonated with veterans like Draymond Green and Kevin Looney, who have both taken on mentoring roles with him in recent weeks. During practices, Post has been seen working closely with assistant coaches focusing on boxing out drills, rebounding reads, and interior footwork, a sign that he's committed to rounding out his game. Outside of the Warriors camp, Post's preseason performance and his comments about Curry sparked interest across NBA media. Analysts on national shows highlighted the quote about Curry making everything easier, using it as yet another example of the intangible impact the two-time MVP has on his teammates. Former players and commentators have also pointed out that this kind of awareness, especially from a rookie, is rare, and could signal that Post has the mindset to stick in the league. "You don't hear a lot of young bigs talking like that," said one analyst during a post-game breakdown. "He understands the game beyond just stats." That's huge. Looking ahead, the Warriors see Post as a potential long-term piece, someone who can eventually fill a similar role to Al Horford, a smart, versatile big who stretches the floor, moves the ball, and plays within the system. If he can elevate his rebounding and improve his defensive reads, he may even find himself closing games down the line. For now, though, Post remains focused on the next step. "There is still so much I need to work on," he said after the win over Portland. "But being around guys like Steph, Draymond, Looney, it's helping me grow faster. I just want to keep earning my minutes." As the regular season approaches, all eyes will be on whether Post can carry his preseason momentum into meaningful games. And if he does, with Curry still drawing defenders and opening lanes, the Warriors might have found a valuable new weapon hiding in plain sight.